Since its launch in 2009, the YFZ450R has offered a lot of value for riders and racers alike, thanks to its quick high-revving engine, stable handling, and arguably the best set of shocks to ever come stock on an ATV. Like all other ATVs though, the venerable YFZ450R is not without a few flaws. The YFZ's upper A-arms are cantered rearward slightly, with the back lower than the front. This causes the front end's caster to increase slightly as the front suspension compresses. Increased caster is a good thing for high-speed stability, but it reduces an ATV's willingness to turn in, makes steering stiffer, and increases bump feedback through the steering. Admittedly, the issue is minor enough in stock trim that none of our test riders have complained of a steering issue with the YFZ450R during our numerous stock tests. It is worth noting that the YFZ450R was not rated as the lightest feeling ATV in our 2010 450cc motocross shootout. Perhaps its progressively increasing caster was an underlying factor. So how do you take an issue seriously that you're not even sure you've experienced? First of all, many pro-level racers run A-arms on their YFZ450Rs that dramatically reduce the front-end caster increase, or actually cause the caster to decrease slightly as the front end compresses. If the pros are doing it, you can bet there's a good reason for it. Secondly, you can get someone like us with lots of time on a stock YFZ450R to swap out to a set of aftermarket upper A-arms that correct the caster increase, like the ones offered by Teixeira Tech, to see if there's any noticeable difference in performance. Construction. Teixeira Tech is a high-end boutique manufacturer offering a surprising amount of value for the price. They've been winning championships with pro racers like Hannah Hunter. They have multiple Best in the Desert championships and are trusted by other top pro riders like Jared McClure and Morgan Soulsby. Teixeira Tech's A-arms are built in the United States of TIG welded 4130 American chromoly. Their full set of extreme ground clearance upper and lower A-arms improve ground clearance on the lower arms, unlike many other aftermarket A-arms for the YFZR, and are available in both cross-country and motocross appropriate widths. For many riders and racers though, the stock front-end width and suspension travel is sufficient, which is why Teixeira Tech offers their CXC upper A-arms for the YFZ450R at around a third of the price of a full set of high-end aftermarket A-arms. Teixeira's CXC upper A-arms eliminate the YFZ450R's caster increase with their caster bracket that raises the rear of the A-arms, making them more in line with the angle of the lower arms. For this reason, Teixeira Tech's caster bracket slightly overshoots parallel, which causes the front-end caster to slightly decrease as the front end compresses. This allows the machine to turn in more quickly, with less effort and bump feedback through the handlebars. Just like Teixeira Tech's full set of XGC A-arms, their CXC upper A-arms add camber and caster adjustment to the YFZ's front end. Teixeira Tech's caster adjustment system is one of the easiest to use on the market. Simple and intuitive, the notch system can be loosened up, adjusted, and tightened up in a couple of minutes. This makes it easy to optimize your machine's handling for riding in tighter or more wide-open conditions. Reducing caster helps the quad turn in more quickly, while adding caster improves high-speed stability. Each of Teixeira Tech's 5 caster positions allows around 1¼ degrees of adjustment. Like their complete set of arms, Teixeira Tech's CXC upper A-arms come complete with high-quality Italian-made frat ball joints, which are far superior to the Chinese garbage used by many others. Spherical bearings are used at the mounting points. They are freer moving than bushings for superior suspension action. The arms can be ordered in various powder coat colors, with chroming available for a bit more. The test. Evan Hartzell was chosen to test ride. He is currently leading the A-Class in 2 local cross-country series. He races a majority of the time on a YFZ450R with a bone stock chassis and suspension, making him an expert on the handling characteristics of the stock front end. one brief moto was all that it took to convince Evan that Teixeira Tech CXC Upper A-Arms definitely have a positive impact on handling and control. A precision racing steering stabilizer helps hide the feel of the caster change, but it doesn't correct it. Teixeira Tech's CXC Upper A-Arms does. The reduction in steering effort entering corners is immediately noticeable, as is the reduction in bump feedback through the handlebars in rough turns. The caster bracket's geometry change makes the YFZ450R feel a bit lighter. It has an improved willingness to turn in and responds better to handlebar input. The difference in performance would have been even more dramatic, with softer revalved stock or aftermarket shocks that allow the front end to squat more entering turns and use more travel in mid-corner bumps. With the reduction in bump feedback in turns, there's less demand on your steering stabilizer. You may find yourself able to back off on your stabilizer's damping a bit, further lightening steering effort. Alone or paired up with a good steering stabilizer, Teixeira Tech's CXC Upper A-Arms and caster bracket help reduce rider fatigue while enhancing control. Conclusion. Having ridden them, we'd go as far as to say that Teixeira Tech's CXC Upper A-Arms are a must-have upgrade for any YFZ450R owner looking to maximize performance for the least amount of money. For many of us, its 48.5-inch width and 9.8 inches of front suspension travel is plenty. Teixeira Tech's CXC Upper A-Arms undoubtedly improve handling and offer all of the adjustment of a full set of aftermarket A-Arms at a fraction of the price. Perhaps best of all, since they don't change any leverage ratios, they don't require you to spend any additional money to upgrade your shocks until you're ready to take that next step. A good steering stabilizer is a mandatory handling upgrade for any sport ATV owner, as is a set of A-Arms with Teixeira Tech's caster bracket if you happen to own a YFZ450R. If you currently own one, we believe a set of Teixeira Tech's CXC Upper A-Arms are one of the most cost-effective upgrades you can make for your YFZ450R. Learn more about Teixeira Tech's chassis components for the Yamaha YFZ450R and other popular sport ATV models at teixeiratech.com.